Sarah the gardener, and I've come out early this morning to get some asparagus, fresh asparagus, for breakfast to go with our eggs. It's amazing. If you've never had a fresh asparagus, it is so worth it, and there's nothing like the flavour of the ones you get in the store. They are so sweet and delicious, and ideally the best way to cook them is to get your steamer on first, get the water boiling, and then run straight, put the knife down, run straight back to the kitchen with your freshly cut asparagus, because it is just minutes old. It tastes incredible. But a bit of an effort, but it is worth the wait. It takes, the first year you can't eat any, sadly, which is why in the background over there you see all those fronds. They're year-old ones. So you just let them grow, and then the second year you can have a few, and then after that you're into it. You can have as many as you like. Now, one of the things I've actually done to help me remember which is the first year ones that I'm not allowed, and the ones that are good to go, and the ones that I can just have a few from, I've actually created these little stones that I've got labels on them. So one of them says, "Don't eat me," beside the crown, and the other one said, "Have a few." So it works really well. I know which ones I can have and which ones I can't, so I'll have healthier plants for it in the long run, because basically what I do every year is I just fill the gaps. If something hasn't come up, I make a note of where the gap is, and then I pop another one in, because I love asparagus. Although we are starting to get sick of it. They've been coming every day since August, and you keep eating them until December. So we've got about another month's worth of asparagus eating to go. And they are absolutely amazing. But while I'm in the garden, let me just give you a quick tour of what's going on, because things have just rocketed in a week. It has been amazing, and I really want to share it with you. So come with me. The sweet corn is coming along nicely. I had to do a bit of rejigging because there were gaps. So luckily I had spares, although there are some gaps that I need to grow more seed on. But it's not a bad rate considering. Now, I don't know if you remember this lot from last week, but that has just gone absolutely crazy. I'll find a photo to compare. But yeah, I mean, I think we might need to have spinach with our poached eggs in the morning instead of asparagus for a bit of a change. The gherkins are shooting up, and all the other melons and cucumbers are starting to perk up, which is really good to see. They weren't looking so good there for a while because it's just been so cold. The cucumbers really don't like the cold, they sulk. The peppers also look a little bit less like they're sulking. And I'm so proud of myself, I weeded the strawberries. So all I have to do now with those is put down an irrigation system and then mulch them with the straw that I grew. I did some more work on the carrot bed. I planted another row and also put in some more beetroot and some more radish. Although why I put in more radish, I don't know, because seriously, some need a bit of eating. Can you see that one? He's massive. I really need to eat more radish. But the carrot row looks more defined than it did last week. It actually looks like a row. It's all weed free and tidied up. Some of my fennel's starting to go to seed, which I guess is a good thing because I like to keep the green fennel seeds in the freezer. So if one of the kids gets a tummy ache or something like that, I just make them fennel tea. Works really well. But what we need to do really is just start eating them because they are looking amazing. The brassicas have also sprung into life. Oh my gosh, they've just grown so much. The weather must be so favourable. Finally, months after trying to get peas to grow, we've got sugar snaps. and they are yummy. Nothing like peas first thing in the morning. We have tomatoes coming along, which is really exciting. And beans popping up. I was a bit late getting these in, but the temperatures weren't warm enough, and we don't like beans all that much anyway. Now there's a good looking lettuce. I love my lettuce. I also weeded the raspberries. It turned out not so many of the autumn fruiting ones survived the transplant process. Maybe I should have kept them more weed free. But the ones that come in the summer and the autumn, there's loads of them in there. I need to string them up though, because the string I used wasn't very good. It's just perished. It's just, yeah, don't use this kind of string for that sort of thing. It's not very good. Not very good at all. But we're getting raspberries. There's like loads and loads, which is good to see. But the coolest thing is my flower bed. I planted it out. Now, they're probably a little too close, but I learn by doing. So, starting in the far corner are the tallest ones, and they go shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter, and then shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. And there's loads, there's about 18 different kinds of variety in here. And we shall see how my flower crop does. It's really, really cool. I love it. It looks really cool. I do love the regimented lines. Actually, I love this time of year because the garden hasn't gone crazy with exponential growth, and everything still looks orderly and control. Although we do know a gardener is never in control. So that was my garden. And it's just amazing how much everything's grown. I'm just blown away. Finally, it feels like we're making some headway. But for now, I need to get these eggs and asparagus into the kitchen so we can have breakfast before we head off for the day. Thanks for watching. You've just ruined my shot.
Sorry. Is that a no?
No, in a minute. Yes, I'm getting some asparagus for it. But now my shot's ruined.